Alrighty guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are rebuilding the Atlanta Hawks in NBA 2K26 after trading Trae Young to the Washington Wizards. Trae Young recently got traded to the Washington Wizards. I feel like nobody expected this coming into the season, that Trae Young would be traded to the Wizards of all teams, but obviously I feel like the Hawks are in the right for doing it. Honestly, Trae Young, he didn't want to be with the team anymore. He wanted to go to Washington. That was his preferred destination. He got his wish. The Hawks also got their wish as well. They're officially turning the page and rebuilding around Jalen Johnson, which makes sense, obviously. Jalen Johnson is a future freaking stud in the making. He's already having an amazing season. He's a young star. He's averaging 23.5 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, almost a block per game, and then he's shooting really good efficiency-wise. Yeah, Jalen Johnson is the future for this Atlanta Hawks team, and apparently this team was also about it. They're interested in trading for Anthony Davis after they traded Trae Young. So I think we will explore that at the trade deadline. I'm not going to lie. Trading for Anthony Davis after getting Trae Young. So I think we will explore that. Apparently they're targeting Anthony Davis, what Sham said. So it is 100% true. But obviously this team has been playing better without Trae Young. Guys have stepped up. Porzingis has been injured throughout the year. Obviously, he only played 17 games. Nikhil Alexander-Walker has had the biggest leap. I feel like he's in the running for most improved player, right? He just averaged 20 points per game. That's absolutely insane. He's averaging 20 points now. Dyson Daniels, obviously. But in the deal, they got McCollum and then they got Corey Kispert. That's it. That's all they got for Trae Young. So obviously, the Wizards definitely got, the better talented player and stuff. They definitely won the trade, but I feel like this is good for the Hawks as well. They get to build around Jalen Johnson and potentially get a deal for Anthony Davis done at the deadline. But irritation right now is CJ McCollum, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Rizachet, which he hasn't been how the Hawks prefer this season. But apparently they don't want to trade him for Anthony Davis. I definitely think they should consider, right? Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, Porzingis, Alexander Walker, Corey Kispert, Vit, and then Luke Kennard as your 10-man rotation. So I will see you guys at the deadline with potentially an Anthony Davis trade. We are stopping at the trade line, and we are going to see if we can offer the Mavericks a trade package to get Anthony Davis on the Atlanta Hawks. So I feel like the Hawks would be a really good team if they do get this. Obviously, AD, still a really good player in the NBA, just injury prone, but we all know he was at this point. But I feel like what the Hawks can offer, obviously, for an Anthony Davis trade. So apparently Porzingis will have to be involved. But what Porzingis, he want to go back to Dallas? I mean, it's not this time. He doesn't have a no trade clause or anything like that. But would it work? He is an expiring contract and everything. I guess maybe we could turn into a 3-team trade. Porzingis goes elsewhere. But who even will want Porzingis? We could all see if I can find a third team. If not, we'll just go with the original package of Porzingis, Kennard, and potentially Zachary Rizachet. I heard they have to trade him if they want to stay under the cap or, maintain salary cap flexibility or whatever. Find a team that would make sense for Porzingis at the moment right now without doing some extra stuff. I just want to get a trade done for Anthony Davis. But like I said, we're doing Porzingis, Kennard, Rizachet. I feel like the Mavericks will only trade him to the Hawks if they get Rizachet or that Pelicans pick, which I don't think the Hawks would ever trade because right now it's looking good for Atlanta. If we can potentially replace Trae Young with Darren Peterson, that's the goal. That's like what I want to do in this video. But if we trade Porzingis, Kennard, Rizachet in a pick swap of the future, we know what Anthony Davis went for. We know what Trae Young went for. Obviously, AD might have. I think he had more value than Trae Young. I think a lot more Eastern Conference teams will want him. But let's just say it's a pick swap. This pick swap right here for Anthony. I feel this is more than enough for Dallas to say yes. They're not getting draft capital, but they're getting potentially, like I said, they're getting the number 1 overall pick just from 2024 and Rizachet and some expiring contracts for Anthony Davis so they can have some cap space as well. So I feel this makes sense. Sure, Exum and Hardy are their own guys. I feel these are the 2 guys the Mavericks would trade. I think Exum's out for the season, and Hardy, I don't think he's even in the Mavericks rotation. So we're going to offer it. They do decline. Okay, we got this trade to work, and it actually didn't take as much as, we thought, obviously. But basically, instead, what we did was we went ahead and took out the throwing players, and we doing some worse guys. I guess Caleb Martin, all we had to do was throw that in there. We had to trade a 2026 pick swap. It wasn't the Pelicans pick. We had to trade a 2030 first round pick as well. So we traded more for Anthony Davis than what the Wizards gave up for Trae Young, which is interesting. But yeah, we got AD. We got our team now. This is the new look Atlanta Hawks. So do we move AD to center? Yes, we do, because Anthony or we could. Well, we'll have stuff to figure out, because if we keep AD at power forward, then I guess Johnson will play small forward. But I think it makes more sense just to play AD at center for now. So AD will play center. I feel like he drives more at center. He doesn't want to admit it, but I think he is a better center than he's at power forward. You know, him at power forward does work in some matchups. Your new rotation is going to be CJ McCollum. Like I said, if we can add Darren Peterson, bro, my goodness, this would be amazing. CJ McCollum, Dyson Daniels, Corey Kispert, Jalen Johnson, Anthony Davis, Okongwu, Alexander Walker, Dante Exum, Azanuoff. The end of the bench definitely took a hit. But I still feel like we'll be fine. We still have Azanuoff to develop for us off the bench. Still have Nikhil Alexander Walker, Okongwu. We'll be fine. And like I said, I'm not comfortable with my starting point guard spot for the future. I'm also not comfortable with my starting small forward spot for the future. I'm gonna say that. But now we can see why maybe the Hawks don't want to trade Ricochet. I don't know, but I will see you guys at the end of the season after we made two big trades, two really big trades. SGA wins the MVP. Cooper Flag, Rookie of the Year. He's paired up with Ricochet now. Six man going to Anthony Simons. Depoy going to Victor Wembanyama. Most improved going to Nemanja Kita. Clutch player going to Jamal Murray. Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. And then the Hawks GM, a.k.a. me, I guess we won Executive of the Year, so we'll take that, obviously. But here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team. We got Jalen Johnson making it. All-NBA third team. Here's your all-defensive first team. And then here's the all-defensive second team. I don't think Anthony Davis qualified, unfortunately, but we ended up being the number 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. So as even without, not really the best point guard, with not the best small forward, we're still able to. Still, this is a really good team. AD were 23 points per game, 20 from CJ McCollum, so he definitely stepped up, averaging 20 points starting point guard. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll stick around next season. I mean, for a cheap contract, I'd like him back. He just averaged 20 points. I kind of think we have to re-sign him. 19 from Jalen Johnson, 16 from Naw, 13 from Okongwu, 11 from Corey Kispert, spraying left toe, he's day-to-day. 9 from Dyson Daniels, 7 from Vid, Krejci, or Risani, I don't know. 6 from Azanuoff, 6 from Dante Exum, 4 from RJ Dennis, 4 from Mogi, whatever. But, all right. In round 1, we got the Orlando Magic. I'm going to shrink this rotation down because we obviously don't have the best bench. And I'm going to shrink the bench rotation down to a 25. We're going to play mostly our starters in this one. But we got the Orlando Magic in round 1. They have Suggs, Bane, Franz, Paolo, Badadze, and yeah, they are fully healthy. So against the Orlando Magic, we are going to go out and beat them at 5 to play the Detroit Pistons. So I feel like the Pistons could also be in on AD. It just depends. We'll see. I feel like if they get Anthony Davis, the team obviously we'd be taking them legit. They are a legit team. We've taken them even more legit now. I think Ivy is somebody that's going to be traded, though. Cade, Ivy, Asar, Harris, Duran, Stewart, Robinson, Ron Holland, Sasser, and they are also healthy. So against the Pistons, this time we're going to lose in 5, which I'm not that mad. I kind of expect this team still needs some work 100%. But it's okay, because what we have coming up in this offseason is we will be getting, the Pelicans pick, which I said, that was a great trade from the Atlanta Hawks to make. When they seen the Pelicans were willing to give up that pick, you say yes all day. And that pick is going to be projected to be pick 9. So it's not going to be like number 1. Or it could still jump up, but if it jumps up, I would love that. It's a 5.2% chance of jumping up to 1. We'll see. Fingers crossed it does jump up, and it does not jump up. It stays at 7. So we still get the 7th overall pick. We still add somebody really good, but replacing him with Darren Peterson, trading with Darren Peterson would have been nice, bro. But the Wizards get 1. Wow. Wizards are building something special over there, but there are some picks I need to fix. 5 and 6, need to fix those picks. Other than that, we still have the 7th overall pick. So I'm happy either way. I cannot be mad at that. All right, heading into staff signing, I'm going to keep Quinn Snyder as our head coach, but heading into the NBA draft night, so we have the 7th pick. We also have the 30th pick from the Spurs. So, yeah, obviously, I feel like we can consider drafting potentially maybe we can probably trade for a small forward, right? So maybe a point guard 100%. Dyson Daniels is point guard material, but we'll see who's there with pick 7. So number 1, the Wizards will take Boozer. Oh, that makes sense. The Wizards don't really need like Darren Peterson anymore. 2, the Hornets will take Peterson. 3, the Kings are going to take Mikal Brown Jr. 4, Nate Ament to the Jazz. Is there any chance the Bands the falls? No, he goes to the Pacers. Okay. And the Nets are going to take Caleb Wilson, which means the Bands still would have been amazing. We can take Yesefu. Looks like he's a good defender. Literally has Tony Allen ceiling. So yeah, we got Jaden Quaitnitz, we got Philon, Dame Sar, Sanak, we got Koa P. We do need a small forward. We also need a point guard, so we can take LeBaron Philon. He has all-star ceiling. So in my opinion, it's between this guy or Koa P. And Koa P looks like he's a 3-and-D player, so I don't know. He averaged 25 points in college. He has all-star ceiling. Or we can take Phil. I mean, that doesn't really matter to me too much, obviously. Like I said, we can roll with one of the. I think we'll move Nick Alexander Walker to shooting guard, though. I don't think he's much of a point guard. So, and then I think we do take Koa Pete, though. I mean, I don't know. We could take Phil on. I think I am gonna take Labar on here, though. So Labarion, or how you say it, welcome to the team. And then with my other pick, I will go ahead and take Alex Caravan. So we'll take those 2 guys, and then I gotta see what overall Koa Pete was. He was a 75, and he was a 76. So I guess we did end up getting the better player in theory. 2-way Jason actually will just sign it, whatever. All right, Mogi will accept. I'm gonna decline to Farley Dante on a torn ACL. No point having him on the team. And then heading into free agency, we do not have a lot of money at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to move Nick Alexander Walker to backup shooting guard. He goes up 1 overall. Could play backup small forward, but he will play backup shooting guard. He will go up to an 84 overall. So Daniels will still start, obviously, but we got our shooting guard rotation figured out. I mean, Labarion might start right away. Alexander Walker, or we can just move Daniel. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We don't really have a small forward in this team, so small forward and power forward, like I said, biggest needs for this team. I think we can get a small forward in the future pretty easily. So we can re-sign McCollum, which at this point I'm low-key considering he's the best option here. And I think that is exactly what I'm going to do. So CJ McCollum, welcome back to the team. If nothing, you can be a contract we use at the trade deadline for a trade. And then I'll also go ahead and sign, I don't know, some type of, so Keon Ellis is here. We sign him for the minimum. Decline me. Okay. Luke Kennard, Gary Trent, just somebody, honestly, we can sign for the minimum. So Clarkson, Robinson, Herter, we can bring him back to Atlanta. Pell Larson is here for the no, I'm just gonna go ahead and sign this guy and see what we can do after that. So we got Duncan Robinson, Malik Beasley. No, we'll just sign Malik Beasley for 1 year, $3 million. We'll announce the rest of these guys, and then we'll McCollum, Philon, Alexander Walker, Daniels, Krejci, Kispert, Caleb Martin, Caravan. We got Jalen Johnson, Aiza Newell, Mogi, and then we got Anthony Davis and Onyeka Okongwu. So not this binding. I feel like at the deadline, another move is in store for us at the trade deadline. I just want to see how much the team progresses really quickly. I did put Anthony Davis' peak end age. If you want this video to ask from shelf life and for it to make sense, I did put his peak end age down. So Jalen Johnson is up. We got Dyson Daniels going up. We got Alexander Walker going up. McCollum is going down, which I 100% expected. Kispert is up. Newell is up. We got Malik Beasley going down. Nicola going out. We have too many players in the team. We do. We have 16 players. So I think we cut Sandin, or we can cut Martin. Martin might be a contract. I think we do cut Sandin, unfortunately. I know just a second-round pick for us, but maybe we could re-sign with a 2-way contract later when the season starts. I don't know. Well, now this 2027 draft class, and then, like I said, I really wanted Peterson. I thought we'd have a fair shot of getting him, but the pick did not end up being that good. We'll still take a top 7 pick, though. For agency, we're running a perimeter-centric system. Preferred system is pace and space, but I guess perimeter-centric would be the best one we can roll. So I'm going to change his preferred system to perimeter-centric. Quinn Snyder. Like I said, Quinn Snyder might not even be the long-term coach here. I don't even know, because like I said, it's a 2-year deal. If this doesn't work in 2 years, we could possibly move on. I'm going to say that. But in rotation right now, there's going to be McCollum, Dyson Daniels, Corey Kispert, Jalen Johnson, Anthony Davis, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Onyeka Okongwu, Aiza Newell, and then we'll run Krejci And then LeBaron is the LeBarion, or I guess Malik Beasley would. I'm gonna miss the fill on right away. He deserves playing time, obviously. Maybe Malik Beasley wasn't even a necessary signing. So at the deadline, if there's a point guard we can attack that would kind of replace what Trae Young did, but in a more defensive type of way, because obviously I feel like this team is trending towards a new like defensive team. We can go after that. That is something I'm interested in making another move at the deadline using McCollum, Caleb Martin, those guys' contract. All right, so somebody I have interest in at the trade deadline is actually Andrew Nimhard. I feel like he'd be a really good starting point guard for us. For what we need right now, he would make us a contender. I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna start this off with Caleb Martin expiring. We're gonna offer. I think we have to offer McCollum or Malik Beasley. Does that match the contract? We'll see. I don't think this will work though. Yeah, Malik Beasley will not match this. We'll have to trade like $9 million. So McCollum's contract fits that pretty well. So he's playing actually respectably good for us. I'm not gonna lie, averaging 17 points, 41% from three. He won't be doing this for much longer though. I'll be willing to trade our 2031 unprotected as well for Nimhard. So I don't think this is enough though. They countered me. They want a 2-star pick swap. They give me Isaiah Jackson. I mean, okay, you guys can have Nicola. I mean, you guys want Nicola, you can have him, but um, okay, so something like this, and then I'll give you guys some second round picks and call it a trade. They don't agree. Not quite. Okay, let's just take out the players, just add a couple second round picks and get the deal done. They still say no. I'll be willing to trade a first round pick and a pick swap. Is that enough for Nimhard? I think this should be more than enough. It is. Nimhard, welcome to Atlanta. Okay, so we got that wrong for us. We went all in at this point. Only thing we're missing here is a 3-and-D small forward. But we'll be able to find that at this point. I don't even know. But right now we're rebuilding around Jalen Johnson. I put Jalen Johnson's tendency up recently, and we just went on a whole winning streak. Look at this, bro. We went on a whole freaking what is that? 20 games, bro. And Anthony Davis' tendency's up as well, so he can obviously be what he once was in LA. Okongwu, Newell, Krejci, Malik Beasley, and then Phil on is the end of the bench with Nickeil Alexander-Walker still out. We could just play him at small forward, which I think we might do. We might as well. I mean, we'll have to sign some backup guards. Once we do that, I think we'll just play him at small forward, probably in the playoffs. That will be our best five out there. Screw it. Let's do it. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Victor Wembanyama wins the MVP. Darren Peterson, Rookie of the Year. Reed Shepard, 6. Man, at the end of the season, Reed Shea winning Most Improved in Dallas. Yeah, like I said, I can see why the Hawks don't want to trade him, because what if he just breaks out like this in Dallas, which could definitely be a possibility. But, I mean, at this point, who knows, right? We finished off, though, as the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We got Cleveland around 1. We went 54-28 on the season. Team stats, offensive rating, we were number 2. Defensive rating, which we're trying to build here, we were number 15. Not bad at all. Not bad. We'll take that. We just saw the record. 1 game away from the 1 seed. I'm trying to get to my player stats, bro. Player stats. There we are. 25 from Jalen Johnson with 10 rebounds. 24 from Anthony Davis, 9 rebounds, a steal and a block. 13 from Corey Kispert. 11 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Which these guys are both banged up, but they'll play through it. 10 from Newell off the bench. Okay, pretty good. Shot 41% from 3 as well. On how many attempts or whatever? I mean, only 47 threes. I mean, I'll take it though. 10 from Okongwu, 8 from Philin. We had 8 from Dyson Daniels, 5 from Malik Beasley, 3 from these guys. But yeah, all right, time to see if we can make our run heading into the playoffs. So I'm gonna play our best 5 out there, moving Nickeil to small forward, and then we'll see how that works out for us. That's what we'll do. This will be what we're gonna roll with. They'll just try to upgrade the bench in the offseason. Hopefully, we're gonna go 8-man rotation. We got Cleveland around 1 though, so the Cavs have Garland, Mitchell. Obviously, we have 2 solid defenders to hopefully guard Garland and Mitchell, Tyson, Mobley, Allen, Hunter, Bagley, Strus. I like Bagley as an addition for the Cavaliers off the bench. He's been relatively good as of recent. Against Cleveland, we are gonna beat them at 5 though to play the Chicago Bulls. Like I said, as long as AD stays healthy, which he has been staying healthy, I think. Why does he only play 1 game in the playoffs? Did he actually only play? Okay, I guess he only played 1 game in the playoffs and he got hurt against Cleveland. That's literally crazy. What did he have? The brow. Oh, he had a sprained knee. Okay, he's returned though, so we won without Anthony Davis. Great. Okay, we got Chicago. Let's not have nothing like that happen again. Giddey, White, Okoro, Kuminga, Vucevic, Buzelis, Nick Smith Jr., Trae Jones, and they are fully healthy. Game 1, We'll go to us. Game 2. We'll go to us. Game 3. We'll go to them. Game 4. We're up 3-1. We beat them at 5. Yes, we can. We got the New York Knicks in the conference finals now. They have Brunson, Mikal, G. Hart, Cat, McBride, Mitchell Robinson, Kolek, Mohamed Daiwera, and they are fully healthy. So we've been playing some healthy teams, unfortunately. Right now, we're fully healthy. Absolutely no injuries to be dealt with for us. Game 1. We'll go to New York. Not great. We had about 53 from Jalen Johnson. He's averaging 36.5 in the playoffs. Oh my goodness, Jalen Johnson. Well, this is why the Hawks traded Trae Young. We could say that. We're gonna even this series back up. Another 53-point game from Jalen Johnson, bro. This is the best playoff performances I'm ever seeing. That's his what, 150-point game, 250-point game, 350-point game. Like, it's been a crazy playoff run from Jalen Johnson. Game 3, we're up 2-1. Another 50-point game, 34 points. I'll still take it, bro. Him and AD are killing freaking Johnson. We're gonna go up 3-1. 37 points this time from Jalen Johnson. We beat them in 5. Nope. Can we beat them in 6? Yes, we can. We're in the NBA Finals to play another than the Dallas Mavericks. I gotta see what was his stats in the conference finals, bro. I absolutely have to see. So first round, quarterfinals, conference finals, he averaged 37 points per game and 13 rebounds. Oh my goodness. And Andrew Nembhard is hurt. Just realized that. He also sprained his knee. What's up with everybody spraining their knee, man? Well, Nembhard has actually been playing great for us in the playoffs, averaging 16. So I guess Liberion will step in. We'll just see. Liberion, I think I'm saying it. Liberion. It doesn't even matter. But okay, I still think we should be able to win though. Dallas, they have Kyrie Irving, Jaden Ivey, Cooper Flag, Gafford, and Lively starting is disgusting, but they are healthy. So okay. Game 1 will go to Dallas. Game 2 will go to Atlanta. They want to go ahead and bench, or they want to go back to starting Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Nembhard will return. He is injured, but he's still going to play through the sprained knee. And then, so far, the Mavericks are looking like they're going to go ahead and go up 2-1, which they are. So we're going back in Dallas again for, like I said, we have to go ahead and get this win here if we want to tie the series back up. So far, it is a pretty close game. We have the lead for now, at least. Let's not let up, and we're not going to let up. We're going to win by 8. 31-point triple-double from Jalen Johnson. And, all right, tied up 2-2 heading back into Atlanta. So we have momentum heading back home. So, we'll see. So far, we have the lead. Let's hold on to it. Up by 5 with 55 seconds left. We're going to win 129-124. 31 points from Jalen Johnson. And just like that, we're up 3-2. It's time to see if we can go ahead and take care of business here in Dallas. So we have momentum heading into Dallas, Texas, and we have the lead right now. We're going to run away with it. 135-114. 34 from Rita Shea, but it was not enough. Playing the team that we literally traded for, Rita Shea. He ended up being good for Dallas. I'll give it to him. But at the end of the day, we got a championship out of it, so I feel like we won the trade. Knowing Anthony Davis and Rita Shea freaking balled out, man. That's how good that's how good AD is, and that's how good Rita Shea. That's how good Jalen Johnson about to speak. Projected pick 7 via Milwaukee. I don't know if we have that pick or not, but if we do, I'll gladly take it. So it's not gonna go to us. It was like a pick swap between like the Pelicans and Bucks. But that pick will go to New Orleans. And after winning a championship, Quinn Snyder obviously deserves an extension. So we'll go ahead and give him the extension. We'll add a brand new 4 years onto that contract. So welcome back for another 4 years, Quinn Snyder. And then we have pick 12 in the draft, though, so we can 100% draft with that. Best player available. We'll see who it is. So got Caleb Holt. We got Taj Ariza, Jason Crow, Cameron. I think with this pick, though, Caleb Holt has all-star ceiling. He will be the take here. So Caleb Holt, 6'4", shooting guard from Arkansas. Going to be a 75 overall off the bat. AD does decline his player option. Obviously, AD, I think he just wants to get a max contract at this point. So we'll look to potentially give him whatever he's asking for. He is added for $48 million, but I'll be willing to pay him that. He got us another championship. Got with the Lakers, got with the Hawks. We'll look to re-sign him. So Anthony Davis, welcome back. Now we have Andrew Nembhard, Liberion. We have Dyson Daniels and Caleb Holt. Now we have Nikhil Walker as small forward, Krejci, Kispert. So we might just move Corey Kispert to shooting guard, or one of these guys to shooting guard. Doesn't really matter. Johnson and Newell. So we can sign some depth, 100% sign some depth. So a third string center that we can go after. So like doesn't have to be like I said, a third string center for a reason. So like Paul Reed is like really good third string, and then we could sign an extra guard like just in case these guys aren't. So I'm looking to sign like a backup shooting guard though. So like Isaiah Joe is perfect. He would be a great shooter to have off the bench. So getting him and D-ball Paul in free agency is a pretty good get in my opinion. Kispert and Vit will fight over that small forward spot. Finland will be that, and then yeah, we'll just run this thing back like I said. We got AD and Johnson staying the same. Dyson Daniels going up 3. Newell going up 2. LeBaron going up 4 with 80. Like I said, eventually he'd be able to replace Nimhard, but we got Alex Caravan going up, and then D-Ball Paul is going down overall. But this will probably be the last season here. Like I said, we already got a championship. I feel like for this Anthony Davis thing, it would only be like a 3-year window anyway, so I'm cool with it. The Hawks traded Trae Young, got Anthony Davis, got better depth and rebuild around them in the offseason, getting guys like, Barion, getting some other guys. Well, we were able to, we didn't change much. We definitely changed enough to where we were a contender. Nimhard, Daniels, Nikhil Walker, Jalen Johnson, AD, Okongwu, Philin, Newell, and Isaiah Joe, and then Kispert will be the 10-man rotation, and then we can go ahead and proficiency is going to be perimeter-centric still. That would be, either way, it'll be our best system, whatever we run. Power ranking lands us third. Let's have another incredible season. All right, here we go. The final season. Wemby wins the MVP. We finished off 65 wins, as you just saw right there. 65-17 on this season. Offensive rating, we were number 1. Defensive rating, we were number 6. We improved to 6. We managed to win. So 65-17 on this season. So yeah, great. As we are injured, we're missing our starting point guards. With right knee tendinitis, Nimhar will be out 2 to 4 weeks. Labarion will be out 1 to 2. It's the spinal injury. So I'm guessing he didn't play much this season. Yeah, only 12 games played. Man, disappointing season from Philon. Because when he was playing, he looked like he was pretty good, averaging almost 15. Nimhard was out for a minute. So yeah, not great. If we won't have a point guard, we'll be starting Isaiah Joe at point guard, which I guess is fine. We could just start him at shooting guard and just play Dyson Daniels at point guard, do something like that. Either way, it's fine. We'll go 8-man or we'll go 8-man or 8-man, switch that. Did I look at the player stats though, or was I just? I don't think I looked at the player stats actually. So we had about 28 from Jalen Johnson, 23.5 from Anthony Davis, 14 from Philon, 10 from Asa Newell, 10 from Okongwu, 10 from Kispert, 10.5 from Nimhard, 10 from Isaiah Joe, 9.5 from Nikhil Walker, 8, 6, and 6 from Daniel, 7 from Caleb Bull, and 3 from Vit. But we have the Detroit Pistons in round 1, so we're going to see if we can do this without our starting point guard, so we'll see if we can do it. I want Daniels to be on Cade Cunningham though, low key, so I'm gonna fix it towards like that. We're gonna beat them at 5, and Barion actually ended up coming back in the playoffs for a game, and he dropped 20 points in his return in almost about a month. So we love to see that. We're gonna get the dub. Now we have the Orlando Magic. So Suggs, Bane, Franz, Paolo, Wendell Carter, Anthony Black, Richardson, Penda, Deron Holmes, and they are fully healthy, I believe. So let's see. I think Jett Howard might be hurt. Either that, is not in the rotation. He is injured. He's an 82 overall for them. He's actually a really good player. So him being hurt is huge. Suggs is banged up. He's out 1 to 2 weeks against Orlando. We're gonna choke a 3-0 lead or 3-1 lead or whatever. We're gonna lose though. Somebody had to get injured. There's no way to choke the lead like that. No way to choke the lead like that. Andrew Nimhard even came back. Well, that's disappointing. At least we got one in this video. Can't be mad about that. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We can see who wins the championship is going to be the Spurs over this Brooklyn Nets team. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. How do you guys feel about the package the Atlanta Hawks got in return for Trae Young? How do you guys feel about the trade in general? What do you guys think won the trade? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Feel free to like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Have a great day or night, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.